The international airport thrummed with energy, a symphony of rolling luggage, distant chatter, and automated announcements echoing through the vast terminal. Among the sea of travelers, Captain Rafael Raf del Prado moved with quiet ease. His casual attire, jeans and a polo shirt, helped him blend into the crowd, concealing the decades of experience and accolades he carried as one of the most respected Filipino-American pilots in aviation. But before that, please hit like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Raf was en route to an aviation summit where he was set to present groundbreaking safety protocols he had helped develop. For him, it was just another day. But as he approached the restricted access point leading to the crew lounge, his path was abruptly blocked. "Excuse me, sir," said Officer James Carter, an airport security guard with a reputation for profiling. His scrutinizing gaze swept over Raf. "This is a restricted area. Passengers aren't allowed beyond this point." Raf smiled politely, retrieving his ID. "I'm a pilot, officer. I'm heading to the crew lounge before my flight." Carter snorted. "A pilot? Sure you are. Let me see that." He snatched the ID, barely glancing at it. "This doesn't look legit. Where'd you get it?" A small crowd began to gather, some onlookers already pulling out their phones. Raf, composed but firm, replied, "Officer, my ID is valid. I've been flying for decades. If you have concerns, you can confirm with airport administration." But Carter's skepticism deepened. "Flying for decades, huh? Paper airplanes, maybe? You don't look like any pilot I've seen." Among the growing crowd stood Laura Stevens, a prominent aviation journalist who had just arrived on a flight. Recognizing Raf immediately, she pushed through the onlookers. "What's going on here?" she asked sharply. Carter turned, irritation flaring. "This man claims he's a pilot, but his story doesn't add up." Laura's eyes widened. "Claims? Do you have any idea who this is?" Carter raised an eyebrow. "Should I?" "This is Captain Rafael del Prado," Laura declared, her voice firm. "He's a pioneer in aviation safety, with awards and decades of service to prove it. If anyone belongs here, it's him." Murmurs rippled through the crowd. Carter faltered, his confidence slipping. "That's not what his ID looked like to me," he muttered. Laura's tone sharpened. "Maybe because you didn't check it properly, or maybe because you assumed he couldn't be a pilot based on how he looks." Before Carter could respond, Airport Director Marvin Hayes arrived, alerted by the commotion. His expression softened when he saw Raf. "Captain Del Prado, my apologies for the delay. Is everything all right?" Raf replied calmly, though his frustration was evident. "Officer Carter here didn't think I looked the part of a pilot." Hayes turned to Carter, his face darkening. "Officer, Captain Del Prado is the guest of honor at today's summit. He's one of the most accomplished pilots in the industry. I expect better judgment from my staff." Carter stammered, but Laura interjected. "The issue isn't just judgment. It's bias. This never should have happened." By now, videos of the incident were spreading across social media, sparking outrage. Hashtags like "Wash You Respect Raf" and "Just End Profiling" began trending, igniting conversations about biases faced by professionals of diverse backgrounds. Despite the ordeal, Raf stayed focused. At the summit, he stood before a packed audience of industry leaders, his voice steady as he addressed both innovation and inclusivity. "Today's skies are shared by people from every corner of the world," he said. "If we are to navigate them safely and successfully, we must recognize and value the contributions of all, regardless of their background or appearance. Bias has no place in our industry, or any industry. The room erupted into a standing ovation. Among those applauding was Laura, beaming with pride as she captured the moment for her next article. Meanwhile, Officer Carter watched the event coverage from a break room, his face a mix of shame and introspection. Placed on suspension and ordered to attend cultural sensitivity training, he replayed the encounter in his mind, each frame forcing him to confront his prejudices. Raph's day had begun with an unjust encounter, but ended as a symbol of resilience and change. His story sparked a global dialogue, reminding the world that breaking barriers requires not just skill, but also unwavering resolve to inspire change, both in the cockpit and beyond.